Hello everybody, Fearmy Games here, back once again with some Guild Wars Nightfall playthrough. We're going to continue on. We're going to probably have to do some basic training, it looks like, before we can really gain our freedom and leave. So let's talk to Mr. First Spear Devad. He says, Hi, Fear My Buff Games. I heard about the role you played in saving Chawbeck Village. Lady Luck must have been smiling on you, eh? Well, now that the heroics are over, it's time you got back to your schooling. We set up a temporary encampment nearby where our most skilled members have gathered to train recruits and rebuild the village. Being a Sunspear is a lot like playing cards. It never hurts to learn a new trick or two. Would you like to go speak to an expert Paragon at the encampment? It says, I know everything I need to know, or I can hurt to learn some more new skills. I definitely cannot hurt, because typically with these trainers, they give you skills that you, even if you don't use them, they're skills you didn't have to pay anything more than your time for. Which honestly is quite nice since because it gets expensive eventually. So if you're curious about range bands, this is kind of like a range band practice. So it's like this targets. So like for example, if you want to know what's near Jason in the area, you'd go like right here and be like, oh, this affects an adjacent ally. Okay, Jason's a pretty wide area, isn't it? And then in the area, so then it's nearby, and then in the area. But it doesn't say earshot, so I don't know. I assume earshot's further than this, but I don't know how much further it is. So we do have some experts. We have a dervish, a monk, a warrior, dervish again, elementalist. So we have a few professions that we're not. I see over there a ranger, a warrior, a mesmer. But our paragon, there's also a ranger on that island there. Over here has some, oh, another ranger there too. Says, hurry, hurry. There isn't a moment to waste. The spear is a deadly weapon, but you have to see your enemy coming. Ambush is your bane. One, two, throw! No time to chatter. No time for anything. Those corsairs have killed people and burned the village. You don't want that to happen again. Do you want to learn spear mastery? Yes, yes, I'll teach you. But you've got to hurry up. So I can also teach me some Paragon skills, and he will. He gives me Wild Throw and Barb Spear, which is the first time we're playing a Marshal. It's the first time we're countering Adrenaline for us. Basically means that we get Adrenaline when we attack stuff and we hurt, and what happens is that we can then burn that Adrenaline to activate these skills, and it's separate than energy. So I feel like it was kind of a way to give marshals a way around their poor energy regeneration they get. For example, warriors and paragons are I only get 2 energy regeneration. However, I believe paragons start with 30 energy, while warriors start 25. I don't know why I have 31. I don't know where the extra. Oh, but it's because I still have my morale boost. That's why. Wait, then maybe it is only 25. Oh well. Yeah, there's some enemies here that you can find as you explore around. I'm trying to actually find the other Paragons. I think there's 2 or 3 Paragon trainers. So if I could find them, I can get an early start on some of my skills I need to learn. And, make my life easier. But I'm finding, finding basically all the non-Paragon trainers right now. It's just my luck. Let's see. Is there a Paragon trainer up here? No, that's just an NPC. Wait, oh, monk, dervish. Nope, you're not right. Hey, Paragon, we found who? We found him. We found him. We're winners. Yeah, hopefully the video quality today and last week has been nice. I've changed up my technically it's this weekend, 2 weeks ago, for you guys. But maybe last week if I end up getting everything I want done. I do want to record the post finale thing. But basically, I've been having some weird things with my CPU, so I'm now actually using graphics card encoding. Not necessarily my CPU itself, but actually like the way the CPU encoder was working. So I figured I will try graphics card encoding, and it seems to be working out pretty nicely. So we'll find out. Just yeah, let me guys know if you guys feel like the video quality is less than it was before. I know the finale, I noticed things were weird, and that's why I made the change. But I believe the video episodes before the finale, I think, were what I was expecting. I changed my CPU scheduler, and it seems to work better for gaming, but I think it's doing worse for my actual coding, like for my coding videos and stuff. So we'll see how well this pans out. Anyways, Farissa says, "Don't let Mathusi scare you. He's a big teddy bear on the inside. But if he's rough on those recruits, they'll freeze up in combat and get hurt. Every Sun Spear counts, and to get through those Corsairs, we're going to need every soldier we can muster. I'd be glad to teach you about battle shouts if you're interested. I certainly am. A good scream every now and then is good for the soul." So he's taught me our first chant and gotten us a new signet. So basically, it's a 10-second cooldown and lasts for 10 seconds. It says the next attack used by each party member within your shot causes burning for 1 second. That is quite nice for playing it, and if I increase my leadership, it will also increase that burning duration. And I think there's very few enemies that are actually immune to burning. I think Incorporeal, is still immune to burning. Probably. Don't know. We'll find out. Insignia of Grace is where if I'm under the effects of a shout or condition, I can just use it to gain 2 strikes of adrenaline. That's not too bad for early on. It probably won't stick in the build long term, but I think it might be a good like early build skill to have. You know, I cast 6, 5, and then I can pop off Barb Spear immediately, burning and bleeding. All those lovely conditions. What do you say, Mathusi? Speak up, Sunspear. Chest out, shoulders back. That's better. I'm Mathusi, and I was in charge of the town guard for Chapek Village. Don't give me the eye, recruit. I'm headed out to drive those coursers back into the sea. Soon as this team of lily-livered recruits understands how to get their message across. Do you want to... That's hurting my throat. Do you want to learn how to strike fear into the heart of your enemy with the word? That's sir, my throat's not designed for this. Sir, yes, sir, to you. And he's teaching us about echoes, it looks like. So it looks like we finally maxed things out. I'm probably going to get rid of Resurrection Signet. So we got another signet. One of them is Signet of Synergy, which is target other allies healed for 40 health. And if you're not under the effects of an enchantment, you are also 40. So it's a little bit of a group healer for now, which is, I don't think, too bad. And we have Mending Refrain. For 15 seconds, target non-spirit ally is +2 health regeneration. This echo is reapplied every time a chant or shout ends on that ally. So, like, for example, what this means is I can cast this onto Koss, and you can see on the bar he has it active. And then if I cast Anthem of Flame, which is a chant, this lasts 15 seconds, so this lasts 10. You should see this one's about to time out. And then I refresh this, now it's there for another 15 seconds. Reapplied, I think, is it echoes as well? Shouts and chants. So yeah, it doesn't give me the energy back, but it does mean that if you kind of play it right, you can kind of keep these effects going quite well. I mean, this cooldown's only 8 seconds, so I guess kind of the benefit is you can kind of maintain it on like 2 people at the same time to get that health regeneration. I'm probably not going to do a motivation build for the playthrough because I do feel like it is important for me to be a damage dealer. Even though it's sort of less important with heroes because heroes are pretty strong. But I do feel like it is still... I'm just paranoid that's a Paragon and I'm missing it. Expert, Necromancer, and Expert. Never mind. But I do feel like the fact that I can pick a target and say I want that one dead and actually kill it, I do feel like is actually pretty important. For the purposes of even just like getting things done, getting things needed, especially now that I got this Doom Covenant, where if I die, I'm out. Ousted. I failed. There's a good chance I'm going to fail it during the course of this campaign, but I might as well give it my best shot, right? So first spear devoured. I realize this guy's not the same as the Juger guy, but I gave him the same voice. Oh well, these guys all have the same voice. Did you learn a few things? Well, that's what school is all about. If you ever need to practice, head back to the encampment. I'm sure nobody would mind having Paragon of your caliber around. Oh, I noticed you haven't chosen a secondary profession yet. Talk to me after you've got a bit more experience. I'll tell you how to choose. Says, aha, I fear my buff games. How's your luck been lately? Mine's improved greatly since you helped clear out those Corsair raiders. Of course, we can't rely on luck to get us through every scrape. A seasoned soldier never ignores his training. In fact, those are Cormier's orders. All the recruits must hone their primary skills until they reach level 5, and then begin a rigorous training regimen in a secondary profession. We've all got to be at our best if we hope to meet the challenges and face Lona. So come talk to me again when you reach level 5 and I'll get you started on your training. I'll be back in no time. Or say, how about we play cards instead? Don't worry, I'll be back in no time. I'm already level 3. It's gotta take us that long to get level 5, especially for side questing and everything. So we're now officially in Kamadan, the Jewel of Istan, nicknamed Spamadan, the trading center of Guild Wars 1. At least the remaining population of Guild Wars 1. But as you can see, there's a lot of quests around here. So we're probably going to accept all of them and then just kind of do them whatever order feels right. If we see a side quest, we're taking it, just like with the prior 2 campaigns. The beginning area, I feel like is somebody even more compressed, or maybe not compressed, but regimented than Factions was. Factions was pretty fast on Noob Island, but as you can see, we have a quest to get to level 5. We don't have a quest that continues the story and we keep going. They're actually saying, hey, buddy, get to level 5. Instead of like making it so we're like going straight up like that, which is what Factions is like. So in this one, especially if we don't do side quests, there is a fair bit of grinding. Like, I've had times when I was younger and I didn't do many side quests, where eventually you do have to grind specific titles to get to where you need to. And if you haven't been doing the prep, laying down the prep work and getting ready for it ahead of time, oh, you're in for a heck of a amount of grinding. But as you can see, there's a lot more. There's a fair amount of quests here. I'm just gonna sell off everything I currently have that I can sell. We have a spare starter spray. I'll just get rid of that. Since we don't have a set build, I'll just put a point of motivation just to get our other skills that we do have bit better, because we don't have any command skills yet. But there's hero skills here. So this one is actually, once we get a secondary profession, we can make use of to get more skills. And this guy doesn't actually cost money to get. Well, this is your traditional skill vendor, so I could get a few more command skills, some leadership, motivation, or spear skills, whatever I'm wanting. But for now, I'm going to just kind of leave that alone. There's more of a henchman variety, so we can now get a holy henchman for a dervish, or we can get a caster. I'm probably going to get the caster, because I don't really think we need the motivation henchman, personally. Could be wrong, and I'll regret my life choices, but what can you say? What can I say? So what we're probably going to do for most of this time is I'm going to basically be accepting a lot of side quests and seeing how things go. Well, first up, Zunlai Agent Jue. Says, greetings, Paragon. My name is Jue, and I work for the Zunlai. We can hold on to items or gold that you would like to keep, but don't want to carry around with you. Talk to one of our Zunlai professionals to open up an account with us for a minimal fee. There are no other fees for using our services. We just require a small amount of gold to open the account. Therefore, you'll be able to leave items in your vault and access them wherever one of our agents is located. You will even be able to access the items in your storage with other characters on your account. You could place an item into storage with one character and take it out with another character, as long as they can both find a Zunai agent. Seems a bit too expensive. Perhaps later. Or sounds good. This backpack is getting heavy. I do have the money for it, as the required money is only 50 gold. Pretty sure to open it up. So wait, why am I going back? Oh, never mind. Zula agent. I would like to purchase storage. Crafting storage. I also would like crafting storage, thank you. So while we're not doing this right now, eventually, when I get to level 20, I think that's basically I'm going to wait until level 20. But until then, I can grab, of course, if I can find what I'm looking for. Here it is. At least one of them. This is the Javelin, which is right here. The Delaware Javelin, so plus 15% damage, double adrenaline gain, and health plus 30. I don't know if that's the optimal one for Migons, but, you know, might as well have that one. Oh, this is an old shield that I had long ago, but not the one I'm looking for. Where did did I pick the wrong where did I forget to put the shield in my storage? Or did I grab the wrong shield? The reason why I wonder if I grabbed the wrong shield is this is here. It's a good shield. No, wait, no. Oh, no. I'm hoping I didn't grab the wrong shield. I mean, that's not a bad one, but it better not be the one I actually meant to grab. Oh, well, we'll find out later. But that was the quest done, so we're going back to the Zunai agent, Jue. So it's wonderful. You have activated your storage account. I think you'll find that having an account with Zunai is very beneficial. As a special bonus for opening an account with us, we have a small gift for you. Thank you for using our services. We'll protect your items with their lives. Well, it's good to hear it. We're going to go to the quest over here, but also because we have our first armor guys are over here. So I figure I might as well investigate and see what they have. I'm probably going to keep the same design, because actually I do like this one. But I want to check out what's over here. So it's the Istani, which I think is the one I'm wearing. Then there's the Sun Spear, which is the fancier one. But I think I like my Istani set more. I just think it fits my character concept more. Though maybe later on I'll try and mix and match just for the fun of it. And nope, the bolt of cloth does not appeal in this one, but you know, it's pretty cheap. We have enough almost, and it would increase our armor by 15, which is going to be quite nice. We have like most of the vendors are here. I think we have the material trader there, rare materials there, a merchant. So yeah, a fair amount of what we're going to need. So let's start accepting quests. What say you? She says, hey, I need some serious muscle for a job, but I guess you'll do. Wow. The recent Corsair raids have made it difficult to import or export goods, and I need to get these shipments out. I have some new armor pieces that must get through to Sunspear Great Hall. Those Corsairs don't scare me, but I've got a shop to run. I can't go gallivanting all over the place. Do you think you can escort my courier Dengo through the plains of Jauren and protect him from any troublesome Corsairs? Actually, Corsairs, huh? Hey, what's that behind you? That's presumably you run away. Or, I'm not scared of Corsairs either. No. So I accept it. So, what do you say, Caleb? Salvaging is a wonderful fun, isn't it? Useless pieces of junk with little value can be transformed into precious crafting materials worth some serious gold to the right person. Material girl. What do you mean? I sent my daughter, Heli, out to gather plant fibers hours ago. I'm worried about her. She should have been back by now. But I can't possibly leave my store at this hour of the day to go look for her. Could you possibly go to the plains of Jarin and see if she's alright? It would mean a lot to me. Sure, buddy. I'll find her and make sure she's alright. And what do you say, weapons man? Quality steel. Come here, my friend. You see this wonderful sword? See how it drinks in the light? I have customized it specially for Castellan Puba, the headmaster of the Sunspear Great Hall. You look the part of a Sunspear. If you are headed in that direction, you could help me out by delivering the sword. I have too many irons in the fire, but I know he's eager to try it out. His passion for weapons nearly rivals my own. No problem, I'm on my way there now. And I was technically already on my way over there anyway, so it works out. But I could say sorry. My mom told me never to run with sharp objects. You know, there's something that I've been thinking about that I'm just going to do. What does the dance look like? The very fabu. They had fun with this one. I do like how every profession has their own every profession has their own dance, and also each gender has their own dance too. Male, females each have their own dance. I just love that little detail. Guild Wars 2, they made it so every race has their own. So Char has their own, Nora and Humans, Azura, Tavari each have their own, but they're not separate gender, which I think would be kind of fun. I've made female characters because I hated the male dances. Like, I have done that before. That has been my reasoning. Like, that's one reason why it's like, one reason why I made a lot of female characters was I was like, female dances on average are better. Not always better, but on average better. Nana says, what's a collector, you ask? Well, a collector, collector collects. They collect stuff. Some collect things they need for the jobs. Some want to make useful items from the stuff they collect. But those aren't true collectors. True collectors are in it for the pure thrill of collecting. We get great satisfaction from reaching our collecting goals. Sounds fun, huh? If you collect some juvenile termite legs for me, I'll give you this belt pouch. It's not big enough to hold my collections anymore. Sounds like a fair trade, right? I say, no way, lady. Belt pouches are a dime a dozen, or I say, absolutely. I'll look for them right away. And who doesn't mind a free belt pouch? I'm going to be going through that way and killing a whole bunch of those monsters, those things anyway, so no harm, no foul, right? And then there's one more quest I'd like to accept. I think it's only one. Might be two, but I'm pretty sure there's only one more quest that we haven't quite accepted. And that being from the Shatam, the merchant. He says, identity theft, that can only be fun. So I have a favor to ask of you. My stock of identification kits run dangerously low, and my latest shipment is long overdue. I fear something has gone wrong. Can you make an inquiry with Kupakanu at Champion's Dawn about my kits? He's my supplier, so he had better have answers. Offering me 500 experience, 50 gold, 10 Sunspear promotion points, 1 identification kit with 25 uses, and a battle commendation. And I shouldn't say, should you take this up with customer service? Or I say, no problem. I'm heading that way anyway. I might not be immediately heading that way, but eventually I will definitely be heading that way, so it doesn't hurt to get a little bit in here and there. It doesn't look like there's another quest for me to accept over here, so I might as well. However, actually, there is one thing I should probably do. Oh. Basically, I should probably get books.
Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story.
Never mind, not what I'm looking for. That's fine. Yeah, so the next episode, that is when we shall brave a new world and head over to the Sunspear Great Hall. On our way, we will protect Dengo, look for the man's daughter, and kill two juveniles for our quest. And end up at the Great Hall and deliver a sword. Bit of a busy beat, but I think it works out nicely. I do, guys. Hope you guys this one. A lot of talking, a lot of going around exploring, but you know, we'll just consider it set up for part 3, and then just accept it. Okay. Anyways, I do hope you guys had a good time. I hope you have a good day, night, evening, wherever you may be, and I'll see you next time.